This goes for any degree of hurt, right? So from just betrayal to all the way up to abuse.
Yep.
And, of course it gets more difficult as the severity of the hurt gets worse, but, there's different forms of how we can get past it.
Of course.
And another one then would be, I think, like setting a boundary for yourself and protecting yourself. And if this person who either did you wrong or, was an abuser, a manipulator, or neglected you is still in your circle or around your life, I think it's important that if it's still harmful for you, that you cut ties, because protection is a form of self-respect.
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. What do you think would be one of the first benefits that somebody would be able to experience from actually learning to forgive?
Ooh.
What would it be like an initial, immediate response that they would actually be able to look forward to feeling, understanding, acknowledging?
I think it feels like a weight's lifted off your shoulders. And you almost get a sense of calm, not being in that heightened state of anger or resentment constantly. And that feeling controls your mind. It controls your day to day. You almost are moving in a way of hurt at all hours. So being able to at least open the door for a sense of forgiveness frees yourself, frees your body. You feel lighter. So that, to me, is the first thing that is that's recognized.
I want to go into what you said about protection is a form of a boundary.
Yeah.
I think that is also something that people will wind up developing immediately from forgiveness, because what it does is it puts you first at the crucifix of this entire situation now, rather than looking at the situation through this fragmented, broken glass where, okay, now I'm in pieces because of this person. You're now piecing yourself back together, and it's the first time in this situation where you're making yourself whole by allowing yourself to set a boundary, by protecting yourself, protecting your feelings, protecting your better nature, which is a form of self-love. So I think through forgiveness, not the person, but forgiving the situation for what has occurred, to let go of the situation, is a sense of love that you're giving yourself in the end.
And maybe a way we could say it too, for people to understand it better and not just hear the word forgiveness, because it can be triggering, especially if you dealt with something very severe, could be accepting what has happened to you. Yes,
My
acknowledging it.
Yes.
And now moving forward to be able to reclaim power to your own mind and not allowing this devastating event to control you and control your thoughts. So that if you find that maybe forgiveness and the term forgiving might sound like too much for you to be able to handle, I think looking at it in more of a way of accepting what has happened. We can't go back and change the past, but we could reframe our thoughts. We can understand that certain people are just bad people, or engage in bad behaviors. And we can't control that, and we can't do anything for that person to open their eyes. But what we can do is allow for ourselves to understand what has happened to us and almost make it as if it's a power shift to ourselves of how can we move forward to be better, and what did I learn from this?
Oh, absolutely.
To be able to navigate life now differently and the complexities of it, because this isn't going to be the first time that you need to forgive, and it's not going to be the first time that someone's going to do you wrong. It's